Hi, Duck79 here. Again, sitting in my build room, unable to build because of my bad hands. So I wanted to continue making some content because I enjoy it. And I thought I've really enjoyed doing the last two videos on trailers. So what better thing to do than to have a look at some of the films that have made me the man I am today. Now, I have an Alien 3 tattoo on me, because I actually love that film. Alien 3 was my favourite of the Alien films. So I've been ridiculed for that for years. But I thought it'd be interesting to look at Alien 1979. This film I saw as a child, as pretty much every other child has in the world seen these films. And it didn't destroy me. It didn't make me a bad person. I don't see there being a problem. Even though it was X-rated when it came out at the cinema in 79. Wow. I wonder what an X-rated film would look like now at the cinema. Because you say the director's cut of this, which is actually a shorter version of it, is a 15. And it has extra scenes in. As I'm sure you all haven't seen this trailer in some time, I haven't seen it in some time. In fact, when did I see it last? I have no idea. So let's watch it, take it in, and then we'll have a little chit chat. Are you ready? Let's go. Wow. Can you imagine seeing that in 1979? That's when I was born. So, just looking at that and watching it with new eyes again, the atmosphere, the tension it builds up, the way they didn't tell you any of the storyline. That's sort of trailers they need to be making nowadays. I wouldn't go as far as say the egg on a desk. So let's go back. All right, let's go back and have a little look. So, as I say, 1979. It's a film that was made in the UK, Pinewood Studios. So the first thing is, I mean, this is all back in the day with miniatures and stuff. Trying to give this texture of a planet stroke egg. Very cool. I love the letters coming in slowly. So I remember watching a behind the scenes thing on one of the Blu-rays. And they're explaining that the egg wasn't just it was an egg on a they literally did it. It wasn't even in a studio, if I'm not mistaken. They're just probably someone's kitchen desk or some table or something. But yeah, just an egg. Just an egg from a chicken. But look, but the way they've made the egg represent a planet and craters. So you got this planet struck egg. And they used this for the other Alien films as well, didn't they? The whole cracking and the light. Quite an 80s sort of thing. So yeah, here we go. So it's great that they use lots of little snippets. So the bone ship. So back then it was so mysterious. Now that they've gone so much into the bone ship, it's lost a lot of its magical properties. Because when you saw that for the first time, your brain was trying to compute what you're seeing. So these scenes like this here. Basically, to make these sets look humongous, they filmed with children. So they had to make all the spacesuits twice. The spacesuits are made up of literally old samurai gear. It was fencing equipment and cricket pads and stuff, and it looks fantastic. They really had a feel of its own. There's children. Sigourney Weaver, her first lead-in film. The script, when it was written, Ripley was a man, and she got the role, but it was never meant to be a female. And the fact that she's tall for ladies in the industry, so that was also against her, because they wanted her to once again be a little bit more. The females back then as well were more vulnerable. She was the first real, I'd say, action female as Ripley. I can't think of much before that. Or should we say, I don't have enough knowledge of things before that. Most films I know from before this are usually slashers and horrors where the girls run around, get half naked and get killed. So. Yeah, the set was beautiful. So there's all miniature work and children. So I don't know how they did this actually. You got this would be the kids with the sets. Yeah, flashing lights. Yeah, this is so nice. So once again, back then it was kind of, you didn't know what you're seeing. I love what James Cameron did with the idea that this is all the hive work, because you kind of get the idea that a lot of this could be to do with the aliens, if you look at Aliens. But then obviously with this film, they kind of make you think that everything stayed down below. Or did it? Because, the space jockey has a hole punched out of him, and we don't know what's been going on board this ship. Yeah. Quick griping. Ripley. Yeah, things like this. And this is another thing. So Ridley Scott and James Cameron are very good at this. Now, Ridley Scott's image of this ship was what I loved. I get so fed up, like with Star Wars and stuff, that every spaceship is futuristic and fast and blah, 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 blah. This is a space oil rig. It's dirty, it's scratched, it's battered, the equipment's old, it's not high tech. Even the fact that they find themselves in the middle of nowhere, the first thing they think is just, systems are just so crap. Dallas. Kane going down. Poor Kane. I think he got an award, didn't he, for Best Supporting Actor or something like that, where he was the first one dead, and then he was unconscious for the rest of the film. I don't know the ins and outs of that, so don't quote me. But and the cryogenic, the sleeping chamber. Oh, look at it. Hey, they had the in the walls. They had lots of equipment down the walls. If you look very carefully where the buttons are when they go in and out, they use coffee makers, and it's the same coffee maker they used for Mr. Fusion on the Ghostbuster, Back to Future 2. Ripley. Jonesy, the only actual real survivor of all the films. Think about it. You got Jonesy. You got Morse from Alien 3, gets shot in the leg. Well, that's it. Jonesy and Morse. Oh, can you imagine that as a spin-off? Jonesy and Morse. I made a deal with God to live forever. Oh, Jonesy. I always said if I got a ginger cat, he'd be called Jonesy. Running through the ship to get into the escape pod. So that's what everyone forgets as well. The big ship's called the Nostromo. The little ship has its own name. You got the bit that goes down to the planet. That's got a name of its own. You've got the oil rig section. And then you've got the escape pod. And I couldn't tell you the names. Oh, yeah, he passed away just recently, didn't he? Recently, last few years. That scene with the flamethrower. Did anybody else? When the alien behind him. First time I watched it, I watched a VHS copy at someone's house while my family was out watching a show or doing a dog thing. That scene, and then the phone rang and it was my mum or my dad. I can't remember who because I was too traumatized. The alien went, ah! I had a moment to go, hit the ceiling, come back down, sit down, and the landline rang because back then there were no mobile phones. Sigourney Weaver. Everyone says I love her because I followed her forever. I don't love her. I think she's a very good actress. But if she wants to come around for a cup of tea or coffee, if you're watching this, you're safe. I'm not crazy. I would like to meet her before she, because she does smoke. I don't know if she still smokes because it's not cool anymore, but she was a chain smoker. Oh, yeah. When he kicked off and then starts he rolls up that adult magazine, sticks it down Ripley's throat from the little area of the naked women. Can you imagine that on the death certificate, the autopsy? Ripley's lying there on the desk. And so, what happened? Copy of Playboy down the throat. Should we just put that as paper media? Here we go, flamethrower. The knickers. Sigourney Weaver always been known for her little white knickers. Yes. It's a very nice little outfit. Perfect thing to take an alien out in. He's a goddamn robot. Oh, Jonesy. The facehugger. Straight out onto Kane. Oh, getting his hat pulled out. Oh, this is so good. Oh, yeah, the nuke goes off. Interesting fact that if you watch carefully at the very first scene of Aliens, and them guys, they cut out the door, don't they? And it falls out. Pudunk. And bio readings on the green. Looks like she's alive. Well, those are salvage guys. That scene. Well, if you look carefully, the little weapon she used to fire the alien out. She let go of it, and it got trapped in the door, didn't it? It's still there in the beginning of Aliens. It's brilliant. Nobody ever sees it. It's there, jammed in the door. Such a cool little detail. Look at that image. And H.I. Geiger, depending on where you come from, the pronunciation. I can't believe he passed away by falling down some stairs. You can't believe things, can you? He was somebody I was wanting to meet one day. I always liked his artwork when I was at school and college. The teachers didn't appreciate, or should we say they didn't approve, my teacher at my school, my senior school. He used to knock down all my grades of my art because I would use references to stuff which he liked, flowers and landscapes. I liked dark Gothic style artwork, Gothic buildings, Giger's work. I mean, little things like the planet of LV426, or back here, when you see it, the backdrop is actually a piece of his artwork that's from one of his books. That piece of artwork is actually lots of humans entwined and having it's a lot of sort of explicit it's not, but it makes you think that's going on. It's I don't know what I can say and what I can't say on YouTube, but they use that, and then obviously they build the set in front of it, and then they had the fog. Another little thing that's an interesting fact that people don't realize is when they were building like the Bone Ship section, where you've got the space jockey, Giger came in and he saw it. He was furious. He wasn't happy with that it was getting rushed, and he started taking over and doing it himself. And they said to him, with the film, we only see here. We're not seeing this. And he was like, nope. He went off on his own for hours, working on the set for bits that you won't see because it was his art. He wanted to stand back and see his image in real life. So if it got filmed or not, that wasn't the point, because he's not a filmmaker. He's an artist. The eggs. This is also in the special features where he made the first eggs and said this, or he did the artwork. That's what it is. He's a very funny little. Is this German, or where's he from? He's from one of. He's Sweden, German. Yeah, I don't know. Funny little man, wasn't he? And he did a few eggs with them and showed them what to do, and then he came back and he goes, "What is this? What?" Goes out there and starts doing all the eggs himself. So when you see those eggs and they're walking down and looking at them, Giger himself was working on them alongside him, making sure everything was perfect. People don't have that passion in films anymore. Now it's all CG, mass-produced rubbish at times. I haven't seen Romulus yet. Looking forward to it. Just waiting for payday. In space, no one can hear you scream. Such a simple line, yet iconic. And there you go. That is the perfect way of doing a trailer that would make you want to go and see a film. X-rated film, chaos. I mean, you had, was it Jeremy Goldsmith's music, or his atmosphere thrown in there. Everyone knows him for his Star Wars, ding, 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 ding. Not for this. Even though a piece of the music from this film was used in Die Hard. Bet you didn't know that. Near the end, when the black cop kills the terrorist, and it goes da, 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 da. That piece of music from Alien. Yeah, that piece of music didn't make it into Alien. Obviously, it was a little too light. There we go. Alien, one of my favourite films, and it, to me, a perfect example of how to make a really good movie and a really good trailer. Come back, and we're going to have a look at Aliens next. Woohoo! See you later, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Bye bye.